Hello and welcome to HMG's Global Leadership Institute Spotlight. I'm here with Jay Ferro. Jay's the EVP, CIO, Chief Technology Officer, and Product Officer for Clario. Jay, congratulations on being a 2023 HMG Global Leadership Institute recipient.
Oh, Hunter, thank you. It's an honor. Really, this award is a team award. I have a great team that really makes the magic happen. So I'm very grateful and thankful and proud of all of them. It's obviously great to be recognized by an organization like HMG, and certainly you, Hunter. Our friendship goes back many, many, many years. So it's an honor to be given this by you.
Thank you, Jay. I'm thrilled to be here with you today. Wow, you've had an amazing career, and I've noticed always you pick vision and mission organizations to thrive in. And tell us what's unique about your work at Clario, because being a product officer truly is a unique build or add-on to the CIO and the CTO role.
You know, it is. We play a critical role in bringing therapeutics to market. We're part of the clinical trial process. And we've played a role in a majority of therapeutics that have been brought to market over the last 15 to 20 years. So we play a key role, and it's very exciting when you're helping bring about drugs and therapies that are transforming lives. And at the end of the day, Hunter, I really feel like people have a choice, especially in today's remote or hybrid market. People have a choice for where they work, and they want to be inspired. They want to do meaningful work. And they're willing to work hard for a mission they believe in. And so making sure that people at any level within the organization have real line of sight into the impact that they make every day, into the work Clario does, and the role we play in the global clinical trial ecosystem is super important. Because no matter how hard things get during the day, or what the demands are, what our timelines are, what new technologies are there, that North Star is always there for us to point to and say, remember why we're doing this, the difference that we're making. Yes, we all want to make money and make a paycheck and all of those things, but you have options there. Not many organizations can provide the why like we can, and the difference that we make in the world every day.
So the overall mission and value Clario provides truly is a global point of view on the whole medicine food chain, right?
It is. Yeah, we do work in dozens and dozens of countries. My team is in dozens of countries all around the world. We're truly a global organization, and it's very exciting. It's very exciting because we get to work with not only leading edge technologies, but we get to work with some of the best sponsors and sites and passionate scientists all around the world, and a lot of people who don't get the spotlight, Hunter, whether it's people running a trial day to day at a site. And certainly you got to keep top of mind the patients. The patients, for the most part, aren't generally volunteering for this because they're just bored. I mean, yeah, you do have healthy patients naturally that have to be part of the clinical trial process, but oftentimes patients are going through a very tough time, whether an illness or whatever, and they're looking for hope. And we have to keep that patient burden super focused so that we make life easier for them. And we do the best work we can to bring therapeutics that are effective and safe to them as fast as possible.
Excellent stuff. Hey, Jay, talk to us about being a business leader first. You seem to be laser focused on the whole value chain and go to market, the customer experience, and helping the business grow and develop new markets, and your relationship with the CEO, Chris Fickery, Dr. Chris Fickery.
You know, Chris is a terrific leader. He's a servant leader. He's an open leader. He treats me as a colleague. Working for a guy like that who trusts you, and he and I have a great relationship. He wants candor from me. I expect candor from him. It's a blessing. And I've worked with guys like that in the past, whether it's, Joe Easer, my former CEO, and it's a real blessing to have a leader like that. And it's a great, it's an enabling force. But for me, look, we exist to help our sponsors and our customers bring therapeutics to market as fast and as safe with the highest level of quality as possible. When we do that, we drive business value. And so I feel like every CIO, CTO, head of product has to remember that we don't exist for the technology. It's easy to get sucked into the latest bell and whistle. And you know me, Hunter, I'm as excited about all of these trends as anybody else. But unless there's true business and at the end of the day, customer or value, then we really have to ask why we're embarking on it. So I try to keep my team laser focused on growing the organization, efficiencies, cost takeout, attacking a new market or a segment or a white space that exists where we can really be a first adopter. And but it's got to pay off, right? So yeah, I think when you start to use those terms and that language, you earn credibility as a leader of technology.
Hey, Jay, is helping the organization invent or facilitate invention part of the whole language or lexicon?
It is. It is. Certainly whenever you get a new force, particularly AI in the last 6 months, but even before that, whether it was, cloud or blockchain or whatever force we were talking about at the time, they certainly look to us well, is this something we should get excited about? AI has taken off like a rocket, and I'm proud to say we were already in the space. We have a number of algorithms that are already offering tremendous value to our science-based approach to medical overread and everything, and helping augment what our doctors do already. But we're also doing some cool things down the road with AI that I can't quite talk about yet, but I'm sure you and I will talk about in the future. So, my organization is always trying to stay one step ahead, or at least in line with all the forces that are out there, and then be able to turn that around and show the business value to my peers and to our organization, saying, yeah, not only are we capturing this opportunity, but here's some data around why we think this opportunity is so important and so impactful.
Excellent. Hey, Jay, a little bit more about your leadership style and building a world-class team and culture.
Well, I get out of their way. I hire people smarter than I am, which, by the way, that's a very low bar, Hunter. You know that. But I hire very passionate, intellectually curious people that have a penchant for always wanting to get better and ask those tough questions and challenge the status quo. And I get out of their way. If you want to call it servant leadership, I think we all talk about that. I don't know that many people actually know what it is, maybe, but to me, it's making sure you provide the North Star, you provide guidance along the way. Sometimes that's tough feedback. Sometimes that's just saying thank you along the way, and making sure that people feel appreciated and valued, and then showing them that you trust them. And it is amazing what happens when you develop leaders where they know they can spread their wings and fly, and there's freedom to fail constructively, but there's freedom to grow. So whether that means they come to you and say, hey, Jay, what do you think? And you brainstorm and riff with them. But if they come to you for approval, you say, why are you bringing that to me? I trust you. Go ahead. Let's go. If you're just making me, aware of something, great. But if you're asking me approval, you don't need to ask my approval on something like that. I trust you, and make sure that they know that you respect them as peers.
Jay, we're studying visionary leadership because it's needed so much in business. You're living it. What else can you share with us regarding visionary leadership and how to inspire a team for high performance?
To me, it's about consistency and transparency and trust. And I think a lot of people will get in front of their team once a quarter and try to do the big bully pulpit kind of speech, or the I'm fire and brimstone. Then they disappear for a quarter, or they disappear for a year, or whatever. To me, you got to live it every day, Hunter. And I know you've heard the phrase, you got to pay the rent every single day, when it comes to success or whatever in life. And I truly believe that. And whether that's a team meeting on a Wednesday afternoon at 2:00, those are the little micro opportunities that you have to take advantage of to keep your team inspired and keep their eye on the ball. If they get down, part of my job is to lift them up and make sure that they know they're valued. If there's a family issue that they have, let them know they're covered, and they don't need to be thinking about work right now. They need to take their PTO and enjoy their family. The work will be there when they get back, and a million other little things along the way. That's all fuel in the tank for developing a team that is always looking ahead, and that's going to run through a brick wall for you and for the organization, and ultimately our customers and patients.
Wow, real high EQ, IQ, and as well as a real deep sense of a person, really empathy, the empathetic leader, Jay. That's amazing. What does success look like for you this year going forward?
Well, there are certainly financial targets that we're being held accountable to, certain growth and financial targets. But to me, beyond those, success would be meeting our commitments, right? Meeting our customer commitments, meeting our internal commitments. If at the end of the year, my boss looks at me and we look down at kind of what we had planned for the year and we've exceeded expectations, and he knows that he has had a trusted CIO, CTO, CPO that has continually strived to shatter his expectations, and he's happy. I've learned a long time ago, if you make your boss look good, life is pretty easy. But the way I make him look good is if our customers are happy, my internal colleagues are happy. When they're not happy, we get them back on the path of happiness if it's something we've done that we need to improve or whatever. And making sure that we're delighting the living hell out of our customers and getting out of their way and making sure they can focus on what's really important and not wrestling with our products and technologies. So if you do all of those things, if you differentiate your offering, if you're hyper focused on customer experience, and you're always relentlessly brilliant in the basics and focused on operational excellence, good things happen, right? Good things happen. You got to do it every day. Now, there are a million things under each one of those kind of buckets, but if you do those things every day, good things happen. And at the end of the year, you're going to be pretty happy.
Excellent. What about being metrics and objectives driven organization?
Well, if you don't measure, you don't improve. I mean, it's great that I can get up here and say, hey, my gosh, we're transforming lives and doing all of that. But how do you measure that? Right? You got to measure that with delivery and continual improvement and being metrics based. So I'm a big proponent of that rather. And the reality is, though, what I don't want to do is I don't exist to produce metrics. I exist to produce outcomes. And our team is there to produce outcomes, to produce product, to keep systems up, protect the organization, deliver projects, whatever it is. Metrics are how I fly the plane. Outcomes are, is the destination. But you got to have both, right? Clearly, you got to have both. But I'm not going to be judged on the metrics if nobody's going to care that I had X number of uptime or whatever if I haven't really delivered anything, or I haven't protected the organization, or our products aren't working, or making the impact that we expect to in the marketplace.
Hey, Jay, congratulations on being a 2023 HMG Global Leadership Institute CIO of the Year. Congratulations, you deserve it. And I love our partnership. I love our relationship. Thank you.
Thank you, Hunter. It's an honor, and it's great to see you, my friend. I appreciate you.